Let's become relaxed using our breathing. Breathe in a little more deeply than before. Feel how your whole body adapts to that breath. Your shoulders rising a little bit. Each breath comes in and hollows you out. Leaves you feeling more spacious, open, calm. As you breathe in and out, imagine that breath is a quiet breeze moving through your body, and your body is a series of caves, caverns, long tunnels that run down to the fingers, to the toes. The only thing moving in here is that quiet breath, stealing through the emptiness like a dry, rustling wind. Breathing out, find any parts of you that are tired, worn out, and let that tiredness exit on your out breath. Breathing in calmness and space, breathing out tension and tiredness. You find it's a sunny afternoon. The sun is warm on your skin. You can hear birds, insects in the air. And you're walking through a deserted country village. It's just a few houses and a church surrounded by fields. You've walked through this small village to the village square, but nobody seems to be around. Not on the lane that you followed in, not in the gardens around you bursting with flowers. Behind the small paned windows to the cottages, no movement is seen, and there are no human sounds. You can hear bees going between the window boxes, the wind gently rustling the leaves in the trees surrounding the square, but nothing human. Yet the village square does feel like it was full of people until very recently. There's the mood of a festival having occurred, a happy gathering of souls. Bunting hangs over the road, rooftop to rooftop, and in the square itself are long tables bearing the remnants of feasting. Food, drink, streamers and party hats, confetti and balloons. If you reach out and touch a tankard of mulled wine, the brass still feels warm. Pour out that wine onto the lane, onto the ground, and cup that warming vessel between your hands. Notice how 4 strands of bunting from the village corners meet in the center of the square at a fountain of old stone covered in lichen, rough to the touch of your fingertips. There are 4 sides to this fountain, and on each is a face, water spouting from its mouth. You hear each trickle as you walk around the fountain. Each of the faces is old and weathered, expertly carved. One face is carved to sport a crown of icicles. The next is crowned in probing shoots. The next face is a crown of flowers and fruit. And the last face is crowned with stalks dropping their leaves. Take a few moments to walk around this fountain, observing these faces, and decide which of the face seasons you like the most. When you have chosen your favorite face out of the 4 sides of the fountain, hold your tankard under the water that comes from its mouth and let it fill. Raise that brass vessel to your lips and drink the water. When you taste it, it'll have a flavor and a temperature and all the goodness which embodies that season for you. Taste it with all of your senses. Feel it going down inside you, what it does to your body, your cells and metabolism. Sample your favorite season from the inside. You put the tankard down on the fountain rim and walk from the village square. Around you, you still have that feeling and this is a place lately deserted. There's an echo of busyness, of people recently rejoicing. It's like the echo of their noise, their laughter and talk is never far from mind. It's just beyond the reach of your ears. You walk between the cottages, and you step through an archway of heavy yew trees into a kirkyard. In here, the tombstones are draped with ivy, and they stand at odd angles, some of them almost ready to topple over. A pathway through the grass threads between them, rich with buttercups. Notice how the tombstones have no writing on them, no words carved in the stone. Each one is blank under the patterns of lichen, the weathering of many winters. Let yourself wander through this kirkyard following the pathway, snaking back and forth between these stones, and sense how you might appear from the trees overhead. Is there maybe a pattern in the route you're taking between these tombstones when charted from overhead? Is this pathway forming the outline of a shape or a word? Each time you become aware of the kirk between the tombstones, its stained glass windows glow from inside. Notice the peculiar subjects within the stained glass. A sea monster coiled around a rock, a bird's nest in a roaring fire, a flower that turns into an animal, a human half turned into a seal. Folklore creatures made in glass, they seem to peer over the windowsills at you. You're walking around the exterior of the church now. You've quit the tombstones and their maze. You go round the kirk clockwise, noticing the windows as you pass. Let your mind build up what is depicted in these panels, in the lad in the glass, the sea monster, the bird's nest, the flower becoming an animal, and the human who is half a seal. Which of them is the most exciting, the most appealing to you? You've walked all the way around the kirk a couple of times, and in those circuits, in the stonework, although you found windows, you haven't found any door, no way inside. Far overhead, the gutters around the kirk overflow with mosses and dangling flowers. Like a secret garden is up at rooftop level. The kirk tower as well trails with ivy and colourful blossoms. At its top, around its parapet, there are trees and shrubs hanging in the sky. There's a thick undergrowth around the tower's base. Among those bushes, you find some stone steps leading upwards. Force your way between the bushes. You'll feel them claw at your legs. But apply force until they yield and your feet have inched onto step after step. Battling your way upwards, you're rising on a stairway that hugs the tower's external walls, going round and round, a spiral upwards. As you make your way up, thrusting your way through the bushes, you're gaining height. Now below you the tombstones are like a random set of dominoes between the dark hues. Occasionally the steps will take you past a tiny window looking into a tower, but these windows are stuffed with moss. You can't really see inside. Rising, you become conscious of the sky around you and the rooftops of that sleepy village below, the fields beyond them. You're feeling lighter, fitter. You're moving with a body that doesn't have aches or tiredness. It effortlessly now glides upwards. As you climb, exhale out into this sky air all of your aches and pains from normal life. Let them blow away across the valley. Now you're pushing past an orange tree, fruit knocking against your shoulders, and you stop. You're at the top of the tower. Up here there's a walkway in stone around a spire that rises like a small pyramid. On this walkway are trees in pots, while the walls of this walkway have been planted with flowers. Those flowers hang over the edge, poised above emptiness. You hear bees. You can smell the mixed flower scents. You're aware of a rich life force all around you up here. Breathe that sweet life energy in, deep into your body. Inhale so your whole body, every cell, becomes fresh and alive. Can you feel it tingling? This tower is made of sandstone, so old and weathered that as you walk around the walkway of trees, it's like your hand isn't touching dressed stone, but natural outcrops. This terrace could have as easily been carved out of a mountain of sandstone, rather than being constructed as part of a tower. You've walked all the way around this walkway, amongst the potted trees, the many flowers, and now you find in the stonework, in that orange sandstone, behind ivy, there is a wooden door. Pull aside the ivy. Find the handle of that old door and begin to pull on it. You'll feel heavy metal turning. You can drag the weight of that wood forwards towards you. It will open and reveal a room. When you step inside, this room is warm. Its wooden floor is subdued. There are slatted windows that admit slices of sunlight and golden dust dances between them. Above you, birds' nests are in the rafters, and in this room 2 large metal bells as tall as you are stand pulled upright. Their insides are full of soil, greenery spilling past their lips. Vines and ivies lead up to the ceiling, and in that ceiling the spires in a pyramid telescopes into the sky. Up there, in this room, is the sky of your favorite season. Think again of that drink you took from the fountain back in the village square. Of that face you chose representing a season. What makes that season so special to you? The sky above you, as contained inside this pyramid spire, above the upturned bells, embodies the essence of your favorite season. So if you crane your head back, what do you find up there? What spells out that favorite season to you? Are you sensing wind, sun, leaves, birds or clouds? Stand on tiptoes so your head enters this shifting pyramid of sky. So above your shoulders you can feel the temperature from your favorite season, whether that's cooler or warmer. Notice whether it's dry or rain or snow is swirling about you. What are you smelling in the wind? What sounds do you hear around you as you turn your ears? Let all that pleases you about this season blow close and breathe it in. Think of why you love this season so much. Where did that love for this season form? How long ago? Take a moment to discover what this season gives to you every year and why you need that so much. Feel the power of your season. Let yourself be washed clean internally. Feel yourself cooling, purifying, emptying out until you become the water itself pouring out of a carved face into a tankard that is still warm brass. You're back in the village square at the fountain, filling your tankard with water. But now those tables of food are ringing with laughter behind you, and when you turn, the villagers are here. People are talking, celebrating, and for one brief moment you feel you are seen. That one moment is enough. You sense like a dream, it will go on for eternity here. we now need to move back to that wider, waiting, ordinary world where we live. And future discoveries can surprise us. You'll feel the breeze moving through this village, becoming stronger and more insistent as it turns your shoulders. You're as light as a leaf. You're picked up and carried on that wind. You feel completely safe as the village begins to drift into the back of your mind. That golden orange tower, the rich greens and colours of its foliage, the kirk's brightly coloured stained glass in its sides, the tombstones, and then the lanes and the village square, all of that colour, curiosity and life is drifting to the back of your mind until we next visit here. And you instead are being taken back to where you've left your body. Feel yourself approaching where you've left it sitting or lying down, and we'll go through the rooftops, down through the ceiling. Find your body and position yourself just above it, so we can breathe ourselves back inside. So take a breath in, and travel with that breath right down your legs to your feet, and leave your essence down in the toes, the soles and the heels. Breathe in again and bring yourself down to the ankles and to the calves. Breathe in once more and let's fill the knees, the thighs, and now up to the hips. You're feeling the right weight again. We continue breathing. Breathe in above your hips to the tummy, going up the spine, finding where the rib cage is and your torso, and feel yourself returning to the right weight in that area. We breathe in and go down each of the two arms simultaneously, right down to the fingers. Leave yourself at the fingertips, the palms, the wrists. Breathe in again and let's fill the forearms, the elbows, all the way up to the shoulders. And now we'll breathe upwards into the head. Fill the area where your mouth is, your nose. Fill all the way below the curve of your skull. Breathe in that little point of you that thinks so it can sit between the eyes once more. Try wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you are ready, let's open up our eyes.